I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with another shade of the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. So I hauled this concealer last Saturday, and I thought that the lightest shade that they made was the number 2 light, because in the display at Ulta in the number 1 section was the setting spray, and there was no slot for a number 1 concealer. So I was like, well, they just must call the spray with the collection number 1, and then it starts with number 2. Well, they do make a number 1 shade in Fair, and you guys let me know that it was available on the NYX website. So I went ahead and I purchased one for myself and my mom, and it's actually the concealer that I have underneath my eyes today, and it works out great for the winter time. I still really love the formulation of this concealer. It goes on almost like an eye cream. I will say, when I went to use this new 01 shade for the first time, I had squirted a little bit out on the back of my hand, and it was separated a little bit, so I just had to mix it together on the back of my hands. Granted, when it got here it was really cold outside, so I think that the product might have slightly froze a little bit. It was really cold, so I'm thinking that's just what it is. And when I mixed it together on my hands and then patted it on, it worked much the same as the number 2 shade that I have. I thought it was a little bit warm in undertone, but I think it did blend into my skin tone pretty decent. It could be a little bit more pink for my liking, but I am able to make it work. So I think probably in the summertime I'll just mix the 2 shades. I can wear the number 2 shade by itself, maybe in probably July or whatever, but I do like a little bit more brightness than it gives underneath the eyes. But anyway, this is a great formulation. So let me just swatch the 2 shades together so you can see them. Do the number 1 shade and the number 2. Such a good concealer from the drugstore. It feels so light underneath the eyes, and I would say it has a light, medium, slightly buildable coverage, but it's so lightweight. So here's the fair shade right here. Yeah, it just feels so silky smooth. And here is the number 2 shade, light, which, as you can see, the light blends into my skin pretty good, but for that extra brightness underneath the eyes, I do like that number 1 shade. Or I think they're going to work really good for me mixed together, which is kind of the center. But such a pretty concealer there from NYX. Again, that's the Bear With Me Concealer Serum, and it says it's got tremella mushroom, infused with tremella mushroom. Not sure what that's going to do for me, but I'll take it. And then I finally got in my order from Alpha Beauty for a bunch more of the Flower Nose products. I ordered it the beginning of December, and it just got here 2 days ago. So I mean, it took a while. And then when I had posted about Flower Nose a couple videos back, you guys went on to the Alpha Beauty website and said the shipping was like $50. I paid $8 when I had made my purchase. Granted, I spent quite a bit of money, but there was some type of change or issue that they were having with shipping, where shipping really skyrocketed. So I haven't placed an order since it cost me $8 to ship it. Just an FYI. I also found another website that sells Flower Nose. It's called Chic Decent, and I placed an order on that website. I think that the shipping was free on there. I placed a decently sized order, but I haven't gotten that order just yet to kind of confirm that I have it. I did get a shipping notification, so it's on the way. I just do not have it yet. And then Flower Nose actually reached out to me on Instagram, and they let me know that they're working on an international website. So as soon as I know that's available, I will let you guys know, because I feel like everybody needs to get their hands on these products. They're just outstanding. So anyway, the stuff that I got another backup. So this is, I've got one in use that I hit pan on, and then I've got, this would be my second backup of this. This is the Revelation highlighter. This is the box packaging that it comes in, and then I'll grab the one that I've been using, which is right here, and it's a really beautiful light champagne shade. I do have this on my cheeks today, mixed in with just a dash of a Colourpop highlighter, or eyeshadow actually, on the top of my cheekbones, with a highlighter that didn't go on so well. So I started out with the highlighter, I'll show you in a minute, and it just wasn't adhering to my skin, so I went over it with the Flower Nose. But I got a backup, another backup of this guy, because I just absolutely adore this highlighter. So that's the Revelation shade in the Pretty Baby collection, Pretty Rock Baby I think it's called. And it's just absolutely stunning. And again, I mean, the packaging, right? And then I also purchased 5 of their blushes from their new Circus collection. So I hauled the palettes from the Circus collection a few videos back. And I just got the blushes because when I placed the order for the palettes, the blushes were not in stock. And there's actually 6 blushes, but the pink with the purple fade, which is the number 1 shade, wasn't in stock at either Chic Decent or on the Alpha Beauty website. So I've got the shades 2 through 6. So I purchased 5 of them. And this is what the box packaging looks like. All the boxes are different colors, and so is the packaging for the blushes, which I absolutely love. And in case you haven't seen me talk about Flower Nose products before, they are kind of a niche indie brand that's based out of China, so they're made in China. All of the writing on the packaging, or the majority of the writing on the packaging, is in Mandarin, so it's really not the easiest to read, but they do have 5 grams on the box, so each blush is 5 grams. Wait till you see how cute the packaging is. So this first shade is 02 Orchid Gem, and that is actually the blush that I have on my cheeks today. It's a very light, pastel-y kind of pink shade. Very delicate color, this one. But look at this packaging. So this one's got a purple heart in it. Again, all of the packaging is different based on the shades. And then it says Amazing Show Flower Nose on there. And this packaging, it is a plastic packaging, but it's weighted. It's got a really nice weight to it, where like the highlighters are a plastic packaging, but they don't have this extra weight like these new blushes do. So they actually feel quite luxe in the hands. So here is the blush right here in 02 Orchid Gem, which I have on again. And it says Amazing Show around the outside as well. And there's a little mirror in there. I mean, the attention to detail with their products is just stunning. There's a really pretty embossing in each of the blushes as well. There's 2 elephants on each side. But it's a gradient. All of these blushes are gradients from kind of a lighter to a deeper shade. I just use this kind of mixed all together on my cheeks. And this one's very, very light. But they're very soft and like finely milled, very easy to use blushes. So that is the number 2 shade right there in Orchid Gem. This next one is the number 3 shade in Wonderful Festival. Again, you've got that gradient. It's a neutral peach. It's so hard to even want to like ruin the embossing in these. But I'm going to use these products, so I got to ruin it at some point. So this one is a little bit more peachy. It's still pretty light, this one. So there is the number 3 Wonderful Festival shade. And these are all kind of like a, I want to say matte, but there's a slight bit of a satin feel to them as well. They're like a matte satin finish. So that one's number 3 Wonderful Festival. This one is number 4 Daydreaming. I mean, see, the attention to detail is just so pretty, and I love that these ones are weighted. So here's a nude kind of coral shade. And this is again number 4 Daydreaming. Right there. Now here's the packaging again on this one in number 4. And then we've got number 5, and this one's called Endless. E-N-D-L-E-S-S. It's a warm kind of nude shade here. So that is Endless, number 5, right there. And then the last one, which is the deepest one out of the 5 that I have, is number 6 Dusk. It's a kind of a mauve-y nude, this one. Again, this is the deepest one out of the 5 that I have, and the number 1 shade is actually, I think, lighter than that one. Is at least that's what it looks like. But those are the 5 blushes from the Circus collection right there. You guys know how I feel about this brand. I love this brand. Also from the Circus series, I got one of their series satin lipsticks, and I got the shade C06 in Bubble Tea. And this is the packaging, and I want to say there were like 10 or so shades available, and the packaging on every single lipstick shade was different, and they had a different like little fun little character on them, and they all look different, and I wanted them all. But the thing is, all of their lipsticks look to run kind of medium or deep, and I just don't wear shades like that very often. So I got the one that appeared to be the lightest to me. And again, this is C06. It's actually the lipstick that I have on my lips today. I've got it on with Lancome's Ideal Lip Liner. So you can tell on my skin tone, it is a pretty deep shade. But the formulation of this is so nice. It looks like I have a really shiny gloss on, and I don't. It's just this lipstick with the Lancome lip liner. But look at this packaging. Again, all of the lipstick shades, they're different colors and they have different kind of patterning on them, and the heart's a different color. It really makes you want to have all of them because the packaging is all different. And then it says Circus on the top right there. It's so cute. I wish so bad there were like more nudie type shades in the range, because I would snatch them all up. But anyway, this is the one that I have on my lips today, and the formulation is beautiful. There's no scent to it. There's no taste to it. It makes my lips look really like juicy and plump and very shiny, as you can kind of see there. And it feels so good. And for like a lipstick that has this much shine, granted I do have on a lip liner, it stays in place pretty well. Like, I don't have it trying to travel all over my face or anything, which is something I kind of worry about when I do wear a darker lipstick, but it's really pretty, this formulation. Again, I would just fall over if there were like some nude shades, which is what I wear most often. So anyway, that is the C06 shade right there, and they call it Bubble Tea, and that's what I have on my lips today. There's a little bunny on the cap there. It's so cute. And this also has a really nice weight to it. I also got the other Circus Powder in the 02 Beige shade. So there's two shades available, the 01 Transparent and the 02 Bear. And I got the other one because I had to have the packaging. It is also a different color on there compared to the other one. I'll grab that one and show it to you as well. But this one has a little bit of a color to it. But when I put it on my skin, I like used it to take down some shine before I started this video, because I was a little bit shiny. I've had this makeup on for quite a while today, and I didn't notice that it gave any extra coloring or anything like that to my skin. But this is that powder I was talking about some videos ago that is so extremely finely milled and so blurring, and it doesn't make my concealer or my foundation gather like some super finely silky powders can do. It's just beautiful. So like, I'll just take my little Real Techniques brush here. There's a screen in here, and then there's a cap that goes over the top, and then there is a powder puff that sits nicely in the cover, and then here's your cover. Again, packaging, just love it. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this because I am getting a little shiny yet still. And the blurring effect from this powder is just crazy. Super finely milled. So I don't notice a huge difference in terms of the powder on the skin. I haven't used this color to set underneath my eyes just yet, but I haven't noticed a huge color difference between the Transparent and the Bear on my skin. So the biggest difference between the two is the packaging. So the one I've been setting up underneath my eyes with is the 01 Transparent, which is this guy right here. And then here is the number 2 Beige shade. So this is a white. Did I show you the tint? Let me take this off again. Maybe you can see the tint in the camera. It's just a very light tint in there. Very light beige tint. And these powders are just absolutely gorgeous. This one comes with 15 grams as well, which is a pretty nice amount of product. So this is the Flower Nose Circus Series Loose Powder in number 2 Beige. And again, this is what the packaging on the number 1 Transparent looks like. Can it get any cuter though, you guys? And these aren't stickers either. This is like on the packaging. It's just beautiful. And there's little carousel horses all the way around on both of them. And then I placed an order on the Ace Beaute website for a new highlighter palette that they came out with, and also an eyeshadow palette. So this is the highlighter that I tried on my cheeks. Granted, my skin is drier. It's really cold outside, so it does take a bit to adhere to my skin, so this worked better when I sprayed my brush. It did not go over super nicely on my dry skin, which I thought it would because it has like that silicone thicker type of formula to it, so I thought it would grab onto my drier skin, but it didn't. It kind of grabbed on in patches. So I still got to play around with it. Like when I swatch them out, they're really, really beautiful, but over my direct dry skin, they didn't go on that well. So I started out trying to use this on my cheeks, and then I went to the Flower Nose highlighter. So this is the Ace Beaute Glow Essentials highlighter palette. I think that I'll get along with it better kind of in the summertime when my skin isn't quite as dry. So this is made in the PRC. There's 19.2 grams or 0.67 ounces of product in there. And this is the packaging that it comes in. And so there are 6 shades of highlighter. I think you do get a decent amount of product in there. And I love the tones. There's a white one. This one over here has got a slight pink tinge to it. Then this one is pink. You got a champagne. And then these two are deeper for my liking. But since there's a white in there, I can like make a little bit more goldy shade or a rose gold shade because of that white highlighter in there. And again, these are really pretty and they feel really nice, but they didn't want to go on my, again, dry skin super nice. So when I use these, I'll have to spray my brush or either spray my face and then put them over a setting spray on my skin. I don't sometimes like to do that though, because I feel like because it's a spray on your face, it kind of can grab a little bit funny. So that's not my favorite either. We'll still have to play around with it. But the shades are really pretty and they're smooth. You can see right there how smooth they are. They're a bit more of an opaque kind of formula as well, so it's not one of those ones where you can kind of see your skin through it. But they're very shiny and they're really pretty. And again, it's a smooth formulation, but did not want to grab my skin that well today. So that's the Ace Beaute Glow Essentials highlighter palette right there. And the main reason I placed an order on the Ace Beaute website is because I really wanted their new floral vintage eyeshadow palette. So this is the biggest one that I've seen Ace Beaute do. I did see somewhere that it was maybe at some point a BoxyCharm palette. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like somebody said that. But anyway, I love the color story in here, and I have been getting along with the 2 Ace Beaute eyeshadow palettes that I purchased a few weeks back, so I went ahead and got this guy. So this is also made in the PRC. There's 36 grams of eyeshadow or 1.26 ounces of product. This is the box packaging. It mimics the actual cardboard packaging. And then you open it up and you do have a mirror in there. I think the packaging is really pretty. And then you've got 24 eyeshadows. So you are getting an astronomical amount of product in here. This is actually the palette that I have on my eyes today, and I got along with it super well. These shimmer shades are really pretty. There's only 6 shimmers in here, and there's one that I don't want to say it's a dud, but it's a little bit more difficult to try to pick it up on a brush, and that's this Marigold shade. I thought that the Golden Orchid was going to be the same, but the Golden Orchid actually picked up on the brush okay, but the Marigold shade, I had to really kind of grind my flat shader in there. I've got it on kind of the center of my lid there. It's a really beautiful color. It's just a little bit harder to pick up in the pan, but the other shades were fine, and it does swatch out on a finger really nice. It's just picking it up on a brush was a little bit difficult, and it's kind of like one of those putty type of textures, so like it's almost like there's a little bit too much silicone in that one or something, and it makes it a little bit harder to pick up. But other than that, the mattes blended out great. They have nice pigmentation, and the shimmers are really pretty, and this is a standalone for me as well. So you'll see the Marigold shade's beautiful, and it swatches on a finger nice, but it does not pick up on a brush that nice. And then these next two, I can't wait till they come back into stock with that other greeny kind of mustard palette that they had. It's been out of stock for a while, and I really want that one. And these next 4. Yeah, but there's primarily mattes in there, but I do think that the shimmers that they did pick out go with it really well. And then these next guys. Love this yellow color. And then these guys. I did get a little bit of fallout with this green on my face, but it wasn't terrible at all. And then these last four here. I love this color story. I just think it's great. So there are the swatches right there for the Ace Beaute Floral Vintage eyeshadow palette. And I like the layout too, and the large size of this palette. There's like a lot of shade, a lot of product, and but the palette isn't overly large, I don't think. It's just a good size. So let me close this. And then there are your swatches again there. So yeah, there are only 6 shimmers in here, but there's 2 light ones and some mid-tones and deeper ones, so they work. Very pretty. I also picked up the new Huda Beauty Lunar New Year palette. So this is the box packaging. I got it from Sephora. I love the tiger on the cover here, and I also like the color story a lot. So this guy right here has got a total of 0.26 ounces of product across 6 shades, and it is made in China. So it's one of her little 9-pan palettes. And then you've got your 9 shades. The center shade there is a baked gelée shade, and then these 3 right here are shimmers. This formulation was nice and soft. Like some of the Huda Beauty palettes, I get along with them really well, but I have to take like a stiffer brush to pick up some of the shades in some of them. But once you get them on, they're really pretty. I didn't have that same issue with these ones. Granted, you do have a baked gelée in there, which is just by nature a little bit stiffer formulation, but it's beautiful on the lids. But this is a really nice little 9-pan from Huda. I was expecting, for whatever reason, those shimmers to be a little bit more stiff, but they're very nice. Oof, that gold, right? So there are the first 4. Guys. I do, when I use this, I did want to bring in a little bit of a brighter shade. Initially, I just used the baked gelée in the center there, but it is a little mid-tone with the shift that's in there. It's like a pink with a golden sheen. So I did brighten it up with, I wonder if you guys can guess what shade. Aether Beauty, maybe? And then this last shade. So yeah, it's not quite a standalone for me, but the shades in here are really nice. I got along with them really well. So that is the Huda Beauty. Oh, let's show you the inside again here. The Huda Beauty Lunar New Year palette right there with the tiger on the front. And then from Beautylish, I also got their Lunar New Year brush with the tiger on it as well. So these brushes are very similar. I wouldn't doubt if they're made by Chikuhodo, but it's a Beautylish Presents brand when they do these brushes like this. So I love to get these every year. I've got the, it was the ox, the rat, and the pig are the other 3 I think that they have. There isn't 5, is there? But they also came out with the past year's brushes as well. So if you like missed out on those ones, you can get them now. So I think that's awesome. But isn't this the cutest? It's got the little tiger on the handle there. And these brushes here are extremely soft. So I like to use a brush like this for the Guerlain Meteorites, and it just buffs all over the skin super seamlessly. The brush does have a little bit of a pinch to it. So not quite a paddle style, but it does have a slight squeeze on it right there. But again, I love to use this brush with the Guerlain Meteorites. It feels so silky smooth on the skin, and I love the handles on these brushes. So I got that guy. I also picked up the new Too Faced Major Love Doll Size Eyeshadow Palette. So this is one of their little 8 shadow tin palettes. This is the newest one that they've done. And this guy here is bulk made in the USA, assembled in the Dominican Republic. There are 8 eyeshadows in here that are 0.02 ounces a piece, which is quite small. So the pans must be shallow, I'm guessing. 0.02 isn't a lot of product for the pan size. So anyway, 8 shades, 0.8 grams or 0.02 ounces per shade. And then this has actually got kind of a little bit of a matte feel to it where the camo is, but it's one of their tin style packaging with the magnetic closure. And I was kind of surprised by this formula as well. Like the shimmers they feel softer too compared to some others that can feel a little stiff in the Too Faced palettes. But the formulation, I got along with this really well too. This one here is kind of a sequin shimmer with a little bit of a matteness to it. It's like a satiny one. That one there kicks up quite a bit of product. But I am able to use this standalone because of this kind of lighter shimmer shades that's in there. But these shadows are really soft. Like, I was surprised. It does feel like a different formulation to me. And then these bottom 4. So there are the swatches of the new Too Faced Major Love eyeshadow palette right there. And then lastly, I finally went ahead and picked up 2 Sigma eyeshadow palettes that I had been eyeballing for quite a while. They had a sale. I want to say it was like 35 or 40% off, so I did save some money on them. But a lot of people talked about how much they loved the Ambiance palette and also the Cinderella palette. And I'd been eyeballing the Cinderella palette for a while because I loved the color story. So I finally went ahead and got these 2 palettes. I'm kind of kicking myself. I wish I would have got the Cinderella face palette too. I know it's still available, so maybe I'll end up getting that too. I loved the other duo that I got, I think last year from Sigma, was really nice. So I got these 2 palettes here. We'll start off with the Ambience eyeshadow palette. So this guy here has got a total of 0.49 ounces of product, or 14 grams across 14 shades. So each shade is a gram, which is decent. And then this guy here is made in China. So this is what the box packaging looks like. It's got like the glitter situation going on there. I'm sure you guys have seen this palette a bunch already, but it does say vegan on the box as well. And then here is your actual packaging. It's got a little sleeve on there, mirror, and then here are your 14 shades, and you do have the double-ended brush that is very functional. It's got the glitter in the middle. I typically don't use the double-ended brushes, but it is a functional one in there. And so I got along with the formulation in both of these palettes really well. Now the color combinations in this one, I feel like were a little bit too close for me. It's like no matter what shades I picked out of here or what kind of combination I used and tried to contrast between, the looks always came out very, very similar for me. And across 14 shades, I was wishing for a little bit of differentiation when I use this palette. So again, it's a really pretty look that comes out of it, but every time I use this, it's kind of the same look, if that makes sense. Whereas the Cinderella one has got a ton of versatility to it, so I could like create all kinds of different looks that looked very different, where this one's very monotone, if you will. So just keep that in mind. Also, the shimmers in here are all mid-tone or deeper. So I did bring in Aether Beauty when I use this because I like to brighten up that inner portion of my eye. But the formulation of the shadows is really nice. I'm kind of eyeballing that neutral palette that they came out with. I think it's Warm Neutrals or something like that. There are the first 4. The shimmers are so pretty, right? And then these next guys here. Should have just took the brush out and set it down. I think I was expecting like more mustard browns in here or something. And there actually aren't that many of them, maybe 1. And then these next ones. And then the last two, which this is the most mustardy brown in the palette. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just thought there would be like more of that grunge going on, but yeah, nice formulation, really pretty colors, but very monotone when I wear it. So that is the Sigma Ambiance eyeshadow palette right there. And then here is the Cinderella palette. It's got the same amount of product in this one, and it's also made in China. Really pretty packaging. This one's got a little fun sleeve on it. I actually keep the sleeves in these Sigma palettes because they're kind of decorated nicely. And then the brush on this one, same style brush, but the center is different, and it says Cinderella on it. So you've got a blender and a kind of a flat shader there. And then here are your 14 shades. Now this palette is a standalone for me, and I love how many different looks come out of this. And one of the things that was kind of unexpected, but I like it because of that, is like some of these shades, they look colorful, right? But when you use them, it's a subtle colorfulness. It almost turns out very grungy. And there's something about that that I just really, really love, especially paired with some of these pretty shimmers. So it's like a grungy color because they actually don't go on kind of as bright as they appear in the pan to me. So it's a happy surprise though. I really like that grunge that comes out of this palette. So I am happy that I finally picked this one up. Such a fun color story. It's got a lot of versatility in it. I actually think this is probably my favorite one that they've done so far, and I've got 3 other ones besides these 2 new ones that I just got. And then these next ones. I love those blues. They're so pretty. And then every other one is matte and shimmer, like up and down. So shimmer, matte, matte, shimmer, shimmer, matte. See, even that purple, it's got a grunginess to it that's really pretty. You wouldn't think grunge in Cinderella though, would you? So these are the swatches for the Sigma in Cinderella eyeshadow palette right here. And I really do like it. And that's everything that I got in that I purchased, sort of. I did get in 2 PR packages, and I say sort of because I purchased 2 palettes that were in this PR package, and it's from Colourpop. So they sent me over their new Buggin' Out collection, and I purchased the 2 palettes that became available on Ulta before I received this. So whenever that happens, and I know it's like a color story my mom will like, she's the one who scores. So she got the 2 palettes that I duplicated on. So I didn't know there was a third one until I seen it on, I think, Trend Mood on Instagram. And so the third one I have not seen on Ulta, but it is on the Colourpop website. And I think they're doing 30% off right now, if I'm not mistaken. I want to try their new face powder, and then there's an amethyst palette, and then a pink champagne one. I want to get both of those, so I think I'm probably going to end up placing that order. But anyway, that's besides the point. This is the Buggin' Out collection, and I am one of those people who I like bugs. I mean, I don't like spiders to bite me, and I don't like the weird kind of creepy crawler kind of ones, but I love butterflies, and I don't mind dragonflies, just like don't sting me and stuff like that. Or like the bug cover on Mel Thompson's collaboration palette. I love that. So this collection comes with kind of 3 mini collections. There's the Wannabe collection, which includes orange, yellows, oranges, and corals. The So Fly, which has champagne, rose gold, mauve, teal, and chocolate. And then the Glow Getter, which is a range of beige, yellow, bronze, silver, charcoal, and green. So I'm going to start off with the collection that kind of comes in the pinkish packaging here, which I think this one is the middle one, called So Fly. Dropping stuff here. And I've got the Super Shock eyeshadow on the top of my cheeks today because of that. It's got some really fine micro glitters in it that I thought would look stunning on the cheeks. So there's just an extra pop of shine on my cheeks today, and it's from the Super Shock shadow from this duo. And it's the shade Ladybird. Oh, that's funny. My friend's dog's name's Ladybird. So it's this shadow right here, and then this here comes with a sleeve, and then the duo Super Shock shadows. The packaging on this whole collection is just beautiful. I really like it a lot. So let me swatch the two shades in this duo here, which is called officially the Flown Away Duo. So we've got Ladybird. Again, this is what I have on the top of my cheeks. Look at that. I would take this in a giant Super Shock compact because you guys know I love to be seen from outer space. It's beautiful. Super, super pretty, that shade. I love it. So that one is Ladybird, and the other one in that duo is the shade Mint for You, which is a teal right here. So it got like a yellow shift in it. So that one is Mint for You. Also from the Soulfly collection is the Bronze Hour Shimmering Body Powder. So this is the Soul Body. I love the dragonfly on there. They also put a little bit of dragonflies on the cover, which I like. So this guy here, 0.18 ounces of product. And one of my favorite ones, I've really been kind of getting into the Super Shock formulation in general. I kind of don't care if it's a body, a highlight, or a shadow. I'll put it on my cheeks anyway. I love this candy floss one. Super pretty. I can't wear them continuously for a lot of days, or I will get a bump or two on the top of my cheekbones because they're like a silicone dimethicone type of formulation, but they're so shiny and they look really pretty on the cheeks. So anyway, this one is Bronze Hour right here. This one I'll probably use like a body powder. It might be a little bit too deep for me for the cheeks, but it's got like a rose gold champagne pink kind of situation going on there. So that is the Bronze Hour. And then there is the eyeshadow palette, and this is the So Fly pressed powder palette. You've got 9 grams or 0.3 ounces of product, so each shadow is a gram. Again, decent amount of product that you're getting in there. And then love the packaging. So this is the larger pan style, same amount of product as the smaller pans, but these are the larger, more shallow ones. So you've got some dragonflies in the palette as well, but let's give you guys some swatches. These are also magnetized inside, so you can pull them out if you want. Trying to swatch like all the mini collections together, so if you get one of the mini bundles or whatever, you can see all the shades together. This shade's really unique. It's got like a brown, purpley pink sparkle situation going on with a slight little bit of green. It's a very unique kind of color. It's kind of hard to see those little tiny sparkles that are in that shade, but and then this last one is a matte. So this is actually one of the ones that I already purchased and I gave it to my mom. So that collection there is the, what did I say, So Fly, I believe. Yeah, it's the So Fly collection right there. I almost forgot the gloss. They do come with a gloss. So this is the Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Emperor. So this is also the Dragonfly So Fly collection. It's a really pretty kind of rose golden shade there. Some sparkles in it. So that one is the Emperor right there. The next one is the Wannabe collection. So here is the Can You Believe Super Shock Shadow Duo. Again, with the packaging, it's super pretty. So this is a gold and kind of a peachy rose gold Super Shock Duo in here. So we've got In Harmony, which is a golden shade. I love that they switched up the coloring of the, like even the packaging on the Super Shock shadows, they're all like different with the 3 little collections. So that one is In Harmony. And then we have got the 6 a.m. shade right here. So those are the two Super Shocks. And then we've got the Wildflower Honey Shimmering Body Powder. It's got the little bees on there. And this one's got the yellow packaging. And this is not a gold. It's kind of a peach with pink and golden shimmers infused in it. It's kind of a unique one. This I'm going to try out as a blush on my skin because it's definitely too deep for a highlighter on my skin tone. But look at how pretty that is. It's definitely like duochrome. Very, very pretty. So that one is the Wildflower Honey. The Sol products do have that coconut scent that are in the majority. I think all of the Sol products like this one here have had that smell to it, so they do smell like coconut, which I think does smell nice and it doesn't linger on the skin. Then we've got the Luxe Lip Oil in the shade Comby, C-O-M-B-B-Y, Comby. And this color is really pretty. It's like very similar to the body powder kind of shade. It's like a peachy pink with golden shimmers in it. And then you've got the bees on the cap here too. So that's the it's hard to say that, Comby lip oil from that set. And then lastly, we have got the eyeshadow palette, which I also purchased this one, so Mom got this one as well. So this is the Wannabe Pressed Powder Palette right here. Love the packaging again. And then we have got your really pretty peachy, warm, neutral kind of color story there. Maybe some swatches. This has also got the larger pans that are 1 gram each. And there are no mirrors in these ones, which I do not mind because I don't use them anyway. Oh. And these next ones. And then the last one, which is a rich matte brown. So that one right there is the Wannabe Pressed Powder Palette right there. And then there are the products from the rest of the Wannabe mini collection there. It's all very aesthetically pleasing together. Look at the shine. I love shiny. And the last mini collection is the Glow Getter collection. This is the one that I didn't know kind of existed till they released the whole collection. I seen it on, I think, Trend Mood. So this one has got the kind of blue and green packaging. And this is the Glowing Strong Super Shock Duo right here. Oh, these colors are so pretty. It's like a taupey brown and a silvery blue. Oh, these are pretty. We've got the shade Ember, E-M-B-E-R. It's like a bluey silvery gray. Oh, that's pretty. OMG. That is the shade Ember right there. And then the other shade in that duo is Up Late. And this guy here's a brown, but there are like teal shimmers in here. This one's got a little bit more kind of micro glitterness to it, and this one's more like metallic. So that one right there is Up Late, and that is the duo from that mini collection. And then we've got the Starlight Shimmering Body Powder right here, which this is the one that I think I can make work on my cheeks. If not, it'll be a really pretty blush topper. So this is Starlight right here. It's a champagne, but there's definitely some kind of multi-dimensional sparkles. Yeah, I think I can make that. In the summertime, I think this will work out nicely as a highlighter on my skin. So that there is Starlight. And that's the Shimmering Body Powder. And then we have the Luxe Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Gleam On. Right here, what Gleam On looks like. All three of the lip oils are pretty easy to like throw on there. They don't have a whole ton of pigmentation, and I like to put these on when I'm done with my face makeup. I like to throw one of these on and then let it sit on my lips, prepping kind of for lipstick, or either these are an easy product to just throw in your bag, kind of as a on-the-go lip treatment, if you will. So that one there is the Gleam On lip oil right there. And then lastly, we have got the Glow Getter Pressed Powder Palette, and I absolutely love the color story in this one. So here is the box packaging. Same amount of product again in here, 1 gram per shadow. Here is the inside, and here are your shades. There's something about like the light teals and the yellow with some of these like taupey browns, and like this is it's not a black, it's like a deep navy blue shade. I really like this color story in this one. This whole like collection from Colourpop I think is really fun. Again, I like bugs though. But even the colors on the packaging is really pretty, like the imagery and stuff. Really pretty browns too. In this last shade. Yeah, I love that. So that one there is the Glow Getter Pressed Powder Palette. And I have not seen this one on Ulta, but I've seen the other two. Well, I purchased the other two on Ulta.com. So this one might be a website exclusive, or it could be coming soon. They do that too sometimes. But I love this whole color story, like from the Super Shocks all the way to the Shadow Palette. Just really, really beautiful. And as always, a huge thank you to Colourpop for sending that over. And then lastly, the Allure Beauty Box team reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try one of the Allure Beauty Boxes, and then it listed the products that were in there. And there were 2 products in particular that I have had in and out of my box, or my bucket, on Sephora and Ulta many a time, and I just hadn't gotten them yet. So I was like, yes, please, I would love to try the Allure Beauty Box. So they sent it over, and this is the one. It's the Allure Beauty Box and Selena Gomez to help give back to the Rare Impact Fund. So I wanted to read this about the box. It says that in partnership with Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez, Allure Beauty Box will donate $5 to the Rare Impact Fund for every new member joining in January 2022, and 5% of all current member box net sales during the month. So they do give back with the Allure Beauty Boxes. There's a little leaflet in here about the Rare Impact Fund, and it's got a picture of Selena Gomez on here. So it says Rare Impact aims to reduce the stigma associated with mental health and give people access to the resources they need to support their mental health. The Rare Impact Fund supports local, national, and global organizations that have a direct impact on your mental health with a focus on underserved communities. Rare Beauty donates 1% of all sales to the Rare Impact Fund, so that's the brand Rare Beauty as a whole, I believe, and raises additional funds with philanthropic foundations, corporate partners, and individuals to increase access to mental health services in educational settings. It says to learn more, visit rareimpact.com. So yeah, pretty cool. That's a collab with the Rare Impact Fund and Selena Gomez. So the products that they sent in here, I had one already that I had purchased. So I gave it to my mom, and this is the Kaja Beauty Bento, and this is in number 8 Chocolate Dahlia. So I actually purchased this a while ago, and it's a really cute little trio set of eyeshadows that you just flip them open. There are 2 mattes and 1 shimmer in this one. You got a shimmer on top and then 2 matte shadows. It's kind of a little one and done, if like on the go situation. The shimmer shade is kind of a medium tone, so I could get away with it, but I would prefer a lighter one, if that makes sense. So let's swatch them for you guys. I gotta flip them all open here. But I've actually got several of these Kaja Beauty Bento boxes, and I do like the formulation in here. I don't know why I skipped a finger. Those are the 3 shades in number 8 Chocolate Dahlia. So that's the number 8 Chocolate Dahlia in the Kaja Beauty Bento box that came in there. It's this guy right here. There's also an Instant Bright Eye Mask from Skin Medica, which I have not used this yet. So 2 single eye patches. And then you've got a Christopher Robin which is a hair care brand, I believe. Daily Hair Cream with Sandalwood, Moisturizing Care, Anti-Split Ends. I could use this. 3.4 fluid ounce bottle, so I have not used this guy yet either. It's a pretty substantial size. And then there's a mini of the Solana MD Healthy Base Layer Vitamin D Enriched Skin Cream, which I've never tried this brand before or tried this yet. And then there's a little L'Occitane Immortelle Reset Serum, I believe. If you guys have tried any of these products, I'd love to know your experience with them, but I haven't tried these two yet. And then there are the two products that I was super excited about, and that is the 5 Stars Retinoid and Niacinamide Eye Serum from Sunday Riley, and this is a full-size tube of it. Like, I almost bought this I don't know how many times, but I have got quite a few eye products that I really love and I have open, so I was trying to like wait till I had a more opportune moment to purchase it. But anyway, it's in the box, and I've tried this off and on at night over the Swanee Cocoa eye cream that I really love. Or it's like, it's thin, so it's like an eye serum. And I've been kind of rotating it with the Strivectin eye cream that I also use at night, just because I get a little nervous with retinoids being irritating around my eyes. There was only one other eye cream that I can think of that had I think it was a retinoid alternative though from First Aid Beauty that I was able to use around my eyes. But I've been alternating this guy, and so far I have had no irritation, and it feels really moisturizing. So I am hopeful with this one. I think maybe starting next week, I'm going to use it strictly throughout the week to make sure continuous use doesn't cause any irritation. But again, it's that retinol. I've got really sensitive eye skin. It can't tolerate a whole lot. So I was like, you know, looking at it like side-eyeing it. Should I put it on? But I'm glad that I did, because again, I haven't experienced any irritation thus far. So again, this is a retinoid plus niacinamide eye serum. It's got nice hydration to it. There's a little stopper piece in the lid that goes in the little hole of the tube right here, but you just squeeze the product out. That's how it comes out. This is a 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliter bottle right there, and so far I have been enjoying it. I've been using it, like I said, off and on, like every other day for about 2 weeks now. And on the box it says a wrinkle fighting eye serum that works to soothe, smooth, and support natural collagen production, which it's always a good thing. So if anybody else has tried this, I'd like to know you guys' opinions on this as well. I'm very interested. And the last product I have heard people just rave about. So this is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara. Like, I've seen a couple people where this is their favorite mascara. So this guy here is made in Italy, and there's 0.45 fluid ounces of product in here. So this is the Rare Beauty brand. And I've used this just a few times so far. It's a little bit more of a wet formulation, and then the brush is more of a natural bristle style. And I'm typically have been using a lot of the rubber bristle style. So it's just a thing to kind of get used to. But when I did use this mascara, I didn't have flaking or smudging with it, which is always a plus. But I do need to play around with it a little bit more to kind of judge the volume and the length that it gives my lashes. I don't think the times that I've used it, I've gotten a good idea of that. So if it ends up being one of my favorite things or favorite mascaras, you guys will definitely be the first to know. But I've been dying to try this, and it's definitely not a bad mascara, but it's one that I need to try a little bit more to form a better opinion about. So that is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Mascara Volume Universal in black. Right there. And a huge thank you to Allure Beauty Box for sending this over. I'm super excited about some of the products in here. So that is everything that I have for my video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.